What's up, my peeps? I'm here with my detailed prediction for Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker inside Hell in a Cell, one of the main events for this Sunday's WrestleMania. Now, there's two stipulations for this match. First one being if Shane McMahon wins, then he gets control of Raw, and if The Undertaker loses, then he is no longer allowed to compete at WrestleMania. This is going to be his last WrestleMania if he loses. First off, though, who would have thought that The Undertaker would be facing off against Shane McMahon at the biggest WrestleMania yet, WrestleMania 32. I mean, there were rumors that The Undertaker's opponent, after John Cena was out of action, there were rumors that The Undertaker's opponent at Mania was going to be somebody that wasn't on the roster. So, even with that, who would have thought, hey, it's going to be Shane McMahon because he's not on the roster? Nobody thought that. Like, this was so unexpected, and I love it. I love that about it. This is actually one of the matches I'm looking forward to the most at WrestleMania, just because of how, like, I feel it's one of the more unpredictable matches, but also we know how crazy Shane can get, or, you know, Shane can pull off some crazy moves. I mean, yo, that elbow drop on Raw, man, brought back some cool memories. That was a cool elbow drop, even though he, you know, he mostly landed, like, he landed the elbow on The Undertaker. He extended his arm and he hit The Undertaker with it. But Shane took, you know, a good bit of punishment on that elbow drop too. But, man, that was an awesome moment. That was a great way to kick off Raw. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this match. And as far as the winner goes, if you guys saw the official prediction game video, you know, I've been going back and forth on this match. You know, thinking maybe Shane wins, maybe The Undertaker wins. I decided to go with The Undertaker, but in this video I'll go ahead and list the reasons as to why I thought Shane could win and why I still think Shane could win this match, and also list the reasons why I think Taker can also win this match. First off, let's go ahead and start off with Shane McMahon and one of the biggest reasons as to why Shane could win this match. The stipulations surrounding this match all count on Shane winning. If Shane wins, he gets control of Raw. That's a big thing right there. And then if Shane wins, that means The Undertaker loses. And if The Undertaker loses, then as Vince McMahon said, this is going to be his last WrestleMania. That's another huge thing right there. So if Shane wins, we get two huge changes to the show. But if The Undertaker wins, nothing happens. There's no stipulation involved where if The Undertaker wins, this happens or that happens. Nothing at all. So that's one of the biggest reasons why this match has been so unpredictable to me. Because on one side, I'm like, if they have The Undertaker win, then this is just like any other match. Like, there's all this other stuff feels like, you know, like a waste, or like, what was this all for? And at the same time, if The Undertaker goes ahead and loses to Shane, then you have The Undertaker lose once again at WrestleMania, and that win Brock has over The Undertaker isn't as special. And also, it's like this guy, Undertaker, man, he went years at WrestleMania. 20 freaking years, over 20 years, undefeated. And then once he gets beat, he goes ahead and loses two WrestleMania matches so close to each other. I know he beat Bray, but he did get beat by Brock 2 years prior. And the WWE has this thing where when somebody's undefeated, they get their first loss, then they start losing and losing and losing. It's like it doesn't make it really realistic. Like, why does this undefeated guy who's undefeated for so long, like for instance, take Rusev, he beat the top guys, he was undefeated for a while, almost a year. And then he goes ahead and loses to John Cena. And after his loss to John Cena, he loses to everybody now. He even loses to the guys he beat easily before. So, you know, WWE has done this in the past, where superstars who are undefeated go from undefeated to getting their first loss to losing and losing and losing. Not saying The Undertaker would suffer the same, you know, the same fate here, but it's something that they've done. And so I'm not ruling it out. Now, another reason why I think Shane could win this is Hell in a Cell. So of course there are no disqualifications. And if Shane were to win this match, like, he's not going to win it on his own. He's going to win it with some help. And if he wins it with some help, this would be a good opportunity to start a new feud against The Undertaker. To start a feud for maybe WrestleMania 33. The Undertaker versus John Cena. The Undertaker versus Sting. You can start those by having Sting or John Cena get involved in this match, interfering and helping Shane out. This wouldn't turn them heel necessarily. Actually, it wouldn't at all. If you look at this match, they're both faces. Shane McMahon is the face coming back. He's trying to get control of Raw, and the fans want to see it happen. But at the same time, of course, Taker is also a face. He might be fighting for Vince McMahon, but Vince McMahon is his boss, and he's pretty much making him fight for him. And he's threatened The Undertaker that if he does lose, then he no longer can compete at WrestleMania. Now, back to what I was saying about Sting and John Cena. I could see both of them, or, one of the two, getting involved in this match and helping Shane out to beat The Undertaker. Why Cena and why Sting? I mean, they both don't like the Authority. Sting is like this hero that's known for, fighting for justice. It would be like the perfect thing for Sting to help Shane getting rid of the Authority. And also, it's no secret that Sting does want to have a match with The Undertaker at WrestleMania. This would be a good way to build it. You have Sting help Shane out, not because he wants to have Taker retire or anything like that, but once again, like I said, to get rid of the Authority, fighting for good, and fighting to get rid of these evil bosses. And John Cena also, he's been trying to he tried to get rid of the Authority at Survivor Series in that tag team match or Survivor Series Classic match. He got rid of them for like 2 weeks and then they came back. And then they fired everybody except for John Cena and all of that. So he also has history with the Authority, so he would also be somebody I could see wanting to get rid of the Authority and helping Shane out. And also, let's not forget, a lot of people have been wanting to see The Undertaker versus John Cena at WrestleMania. This would be a great way to set it up. Now, I know a bunch of you are thinking, well, if Sting or John Cena get involved and help Shane out and Shane wins, they can't even compete against The Undertaker at WrestleMania next year because The Undertaker will be forced to retire. Well, here's the thing. Vince McMahon's stipulation where The Undertaker can no longer compete at Mania is kind of flawed. Because if The Undertaker does lose, then Shane McMahon is in control. And if Shane McMahon is in control, how does Vince have the power to do that? And if he does, Shane McMahon can just reinstate him because now he's in control. So, if Shane McMahon wins this match, I fully expect him to rehire The Undertaker or re-allow him to compete at WrestleMania, and then The Undertaker can go ahead and extract revenge on whoever helped Shane out at next year's WrestleMania. So, if it's John Cena, Taker versus John Cena at WrestleMania 33. If it's Sting, Taker versus Sting at WrestleMania 33. Now, of course, it's not just down to Sting and John Cena. There's a bunch of other superstars that could get involved. I mean, there's people saying that, hey, maybe the Bullet Club debuts and they help out The Undertaker, or not The Undertaker, Shane McMahon or something like that. Maybe, but I feel like they'd go with an established name. But at the same time, who knows? Maybe they could go with that. But I feel like if Shane McMahon wins, that's if Shane McMahon wins and or somebody helps him out, I feel like they would go with one person. And that one person I feel would be John Cena or Sting. If you ask me, I think it would be maybe John Cena over Sting. So, yeah. Now, as you can see right here, there's a bunch of reasons as to why I think Shane could win this. So you might be wondering, alright, then why do you think The Undertaker's gonna take this one if you have so many reasons as to why Shane could win this? And it boils down to this being The Undertaker we're talking about. It took 3 F5s to take The Undertaker out at WrestleMania and break the streak. That's a lot of F5s. When he was facing off against Triple H, took a bunch of pedigrees, and even after a Sweet Chin Music into a pedigree, he's still kicked out. So I think a lot of us, maybe because the streak has been broken or something like that, are looking past that or forgetting about that. The Undertaker kicks out a lot at WrestleMania, and even with some interference, I still feel like it might not be enough. And at the end of the day, I really thought about it and I was like, you know what, Shane could get another chance at getting control of Raw, maybe at the next pay-per-view, like Payback or something like that. He could be like, hey Vince, because it seems like he has some information on Vince that Vince doesn't want the people to know, so he could be like, Vince, I'm going to tell the people about it, and then Vince is like, alright, you get another shot at getting control of Raw, and then he wins at Payback or something like that and gets control of Raw. And also, if Shane McMahon wins, that win that Brock has over Taker at Mania is just no longer special. So I'm going to stick with The Undertaker. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you can click the like button, and I'm out. See ya.